Good morning, YouTube. How's everybody? It's Dede Blass, the Black Madonna, Dede Blass SoundCloud. How's everyone? I just wanted to come in and mention there was a story that I was reading, and I kind of just wanted to share it. This guy punched his grandmother in the face, and she died. Um, I was gonna make the whole big report on it or whatever, but I'd rather discuss it than to make the actual report. So this is really a report, but I just want to say, generations under the kids that were born in the '90s, um, about one fourth of them is probably lost, but most of them were raised, properly by parents like myself. Um, But I've been hearing lately that the male in the family is punching and beating on the grandmother and punching and beating any other female family member that comes close or try to get close enough to let them know you're doing something wrong. I mean, and this kid, his mother told him, "You're not selling drugs on this block. You're not doing that." And so he cussed her out and called her all kinds of bitches and whores and all kinds and just beat her up. Okay, so then there's another incident. The same thing. They're beating the children under the 90s, which I would say 94, 93 would be like the last good kids. But the kids that's born in the millennium, late 90s, early millennium, they're very disrespectful, much more disrespectful than the other generation before them, which is my children's generation. They cussed their mother out. They cussed their grandmother out. They punched his grandmother in the face. I mean, what could she have done so bad that you would take your fist and ball it back and hit your grandmother and she died when you did that? Do you understand? Like, morals and scruples are out the door these days, is what I'm saying. Like cleavage, a little cleavage is very sexy, but ladies got their titties out. They're not even wearing a bra, and if they was wearing a bra, it don't matter. You see their bra, you see their titties right on camera, just like that. Your titties just out like that. To me, that is so raunchy and so unladylike. Cleavage is small. Cleavage is not the whole titty out. Give the guy some imagination on what color your nipple is. Give him an imagination on, how do they fluff out that bra. You understand? Like, it's just things have changed. It's like, you heard of flash dress kids? Kids that dress naked. They dress naked. They act raunchy. Those are called flesh dress kids. With no clothes on and running out the door, and everybody wanted to be a hot girl, so was a lot of blowjobs going on. And I just want to say, ladies, get to know a nigga real good first before you start sucking on his dick, because you don't know where his dick been. You don't. Okay, so if you do that, no judgment. I'm not judging you. I'm just saying to you, don't suck a nigga's dick on your first dates and your first 6 months is good enough for a nigga to try to, get with you like in a sexual manner. I would say 6 months. You know what I mean? So it's just something that's been on my mind. And our youth, they're killing each other back and forth for no reason. Like, I live on West Side, you live on East Side, so I'm going to kill you because you over here on West Side and you live on East Side. That doesn't make sense to me. I've never, but never in my life been afraid to go where the fuck I want to go. If the avenue is beefing with outside of town, that's too bad. If I got something to do on that avenue or a store to go to or somewhere I want to go, I'm going. No one was ever able to tell me where I could go and where I can't go. I'm not in a gang. I'm my own gang. You understand? And the hoes that like now the kids under the generation of my kids, they're fighting over men. They're killing each other. The young they're killing each other. Just killing each other. Just wham, bam, get the gun, slam, bam, just kill everybody. That's it. And that's awful. That's an awful way to be. We need to change that. We need to change that. Now, I know some kids can't help it because mama ain't there. Mama is a victim of crack. Mama is a victim of alcohol. So they have to be in the streets. So there's no judgment. There's no judgment. But I do want to say, children born from 92 up, Please, please take care of your children. Give your children something. Give them something. Give them something. You have to give your kids something. Give it to them. Let them have it, because if we don't, we're going to have a whole generation of children that hate the adults, hate the women that make the babies, and they're going to hate the women and also the older women and and older men. They will punch. If they punch their grandmother in the face, they will punch their grandfather in the face too. You know, so this has been on my mind for a little while. On the generation that's coming up after my children's generation, they're very disrespectful, very violent. And you know they took that away, y'all, us whooping our kids' ass. When we whipped their ass, they did good, didn't they? I went all my ass whooping, some of them wasn't right, but I did get a few ass whoopings where I'm grateful for that ass whooping, because it turned me in to the woman that I am today. You know, understand? So they took that away, that we can't beat them. So it's a whole generation of disrespectful kids that's coming up behind my kids, and they don't give a shit. You hear me? They don't give a shit. And we've got to change that. It takes a community to raise a family. It does. All right? So I just wanted to talk about that because it was on my mind, that the generation under the 93 born, they're animals. They're monsters. They are. They don't say, excuse me. They won't hold the door for you. Nothing like that. And they will fight quick fighting. And then turn and get the guns and shoot at each other because somebody stepped on my sneakers. Or he said something that he shouldn't have said on Facebook. Ridiculous. Just crazy. And our generation, little weed, little alcohol. Now, them pills, PCP, wet, whatever you want to call it. Molly's, inside of Molly's is methamphetamines, crack, heroin. It's all mixed up. E-pills, all of that is mixed up. You ain't really got much to say to a crackhead if you a pill drugger. Yeah, the crackheads is doing much better than you pill druggers. See, that's the thing. Y'all taking pills, Xanax, all of that. There's no rehabilitation centers for that. If y'all want to come off of that, I don't know if you can. Hallucinating and all that. Be careful. Talk to your children. Keep them away from kids that's involved in that. Because that'll cut down your worries. Really, it does. Okay, so I'll be back tonight between 9 and 10. I just wanted to know if you guys felt any way about the new kids coming up and how disrespectful they are, and how they'll just grab an old person and punch them. You punch your grandmother in the face and she dies. Comment if you want to. We could talk about it. Okay, Dede Blass, the Black Madonna, Dede Blass SoundCloud. I'm out.